In obtaining and documenting informed consent, the investigator should comply with applicable regulatory requirements and adhere to good clinical practice, GCP, and ethical principles derived from the Declaration of Helsinki. The investigator must obtain written approval or a favorable opinion from the Institutional Review Board, IRB, or Independent Ethics Committee, IEC, for the informed consent form and any other written information provided to subjects. To ensure effective communication, the language used in oral and written information, including the informed consent form, should be as non-technical as possible. It should be easily understandable by the subject or their legally acceptable representative and, where applicable, any impartial witness involved in the process. Comprehensive information disclosure is essential in clinical trials. The investigator or a designated person should ensure that the subject or their legally acceptable representative is fully informed about all pertinent aspects of the trial. This includes providing written information and sharing the approval or favorable opinion of the Institutional Review Board, IRB, or Independent Ethics Committee, IEC.
Good morning, Sarah. I hope you're feeling as well as can be expected. Today, I would like to discuss a potential clinical trial that could be beneficial in your cancer treatment. Are you open to learning more about it?
Yes, Dr. Adams. I'm interested in exploring all possible options to fight my cancer.
This clinical trial involves a new targeted therapy that has shown promising results in recent studies. It specifically targets cancer cells while sparing healthy ones, potentially reducing side effects. The trial will help us evaluate its effectiveness and determine if it can become a standard treatment option.
Can you explain more about the treatment process and any potential risks involved?
Absolutely, Sarah. During the trial, you would receive the targeted therapy through intravenous infusions every 2 weeks for a period of 6 months. We'll closely monitor your response and perform regular tests to assess the treatment's effectiveness. As for risks, there may be side effects such as fatigue, nausea, and potential allergic reactions, but we'll be monitoring you closely to manage any issues that may arise.
I see. What are the chances of benefiting from this new therapy, Dr. Adams?
Good question, Sarah. Based on the preliminary results, the therapy has shown significant improvement in response rates for patients like you. However, it's important to understand that there are no guarantees. I want you to take your time, review the informed consent form and accompanying materials. They provide detailed information about the trial, its potential benefits, and any risks involved.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. I appreciate having all the necessary information to make an informed decision.
Coercion and undue influence are strictly prohibited in clinical trials. Neither the investigator nor the trial staff should engage in actions that coerce or unduly influence subjects to participate or continue participating in a trial. This principle emphasizes the importance of voluntary participation and upholds the integrity of the research process. Legal rights of the subjects should be protected throughout the trial. Oral and written information, including the informed consent form, must not contain any language that causes the subject or their legally acceptable representative to waive or appear to waive any legal rights. Additionally, the information provided should not release or appear to release the investigator, institution, sponsor, or their agents from liability for negligence. Subjects or their legally acceptable representatives should have ample time and opportunity to inquire about the details of the trial and make an informed decision about participation. The investigator or a designated person should ensure that all questions regarding the trial are answered to their satisfaction.
Sarah, please remember that participating in this trial is entirely your choice. I encourage you to discuss it with your loved ones and take as much time as you need to make a decision. Once you're ready, please sign the consent form to indicate your voluntary participation.
I've carefully considered everything, Dr. Adams. I trust your expertise, and I believe this trial could be a good option for me. I'm ready to sign the consent form.
Prior to participation in the trial, the subject or the subject's legally acceptable representative should personally sign and date informed consent form, and by the person who conducted the informed consent discussion.
Thank you for your trust, Sarah. I want to assure you that your privacy and personal information will be handled with utmost care and confidentiality. Only authorized personnel involved in your treatment and the trial will have access to your data, and it will be protected in accordance with strict regulations.
I'm glad to hear that, Dr. Adams. Privacy is important to me, especially during such a sensitive time.
I want you to know that you're not alone in this. We have a team of experienced professionals who are here to support you every step of the way. And if you ever feel like you need to withdraw from the trial, that's okay too. You can always come back to us if you change your mind.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. I feel much better about this now. I'm ready to give this trial a try.